Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Guts Falcon from Ultraman Trigger. Now this is a nod to one of the vehicles from Tiga, I assume, has the same color scheme and somewhat basic design, but this time we're getting a mecha form, which is really cool. So you can see front of the packaging here, jet mode and mecha mode over here. Got Trigger hanging out on the side. Again, just showing both modes on this side. Not too much going on over here or on the bottom. On the top, just have a kind of a side view of the jet mode there. And then on the back, just kind of showing you how to transform. Usually with Ultraman stuff, they don't actually have separate instructions inside. So I'm assuming this is actually the instructions for transformation here. And then it kind of shows it in scale with some of the vinyl figures, which is pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get them out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here is the DX Guts Falcon, and it's definitely tiny. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Here is a Lego minifigure, just for reference. Now this is a smaller Lego minifigure, but even still, you can kind of see just for a size comparison there. Definitely kind of tiny, but it looks good. Definitely very nicely painted. You have the black and red stripes. You have the Guts Select logo there on the wings. You have a little bit of metallic blue up here for, I assume, what would be the cockpit if this was a manned fighter, but it's remote controlled on the show. But it's pretty cool. It has landing gear. Rolls very nicely, and then you can just kind of fold that up and it snaps underneath there. So, pretty cool. Transformation, very simple. Just going to go ahead and bring the arms forward like so. You're going to flip down the legs. And then this whole piece here is at like a 45-degree angle joint, so you just swivel that around like so. And then you just pop the head down, and then you can just kind of position the hands how you would like. And it's a cool little mecha. Honestly, it's quick and easy, but it's kind of fun. I think he looks cool. Got kind of a bird aesthetic, which makes sense to me for a jet. He's got little Gatling gun hands. He's also got these connection ports, one here on the bottom and then two on the back here. I'm assuming this is to connect to the larger ship, the Nursidese. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I believe that's what these are going to be for, but I don't know what this one's going to be for. I don't know if they'll release something later that connects. But he's kind of neat. He's a little guy. I think he's a little overpriced. Now, I can't remember exactly what I paid for him, but I want to say it was somewhere in the $20 to $30 range, and that seems like a lot for what it is. It almost kind of looks like you could plug something in here as well. These jet engines that become, like, I guess, blasters when they're in the front. It almost looks like you could pop in, like, some siege effect pieces from Transformers or something like that, which could be fun. I don't have any handy, otherwise I would totally try that. But yeah, he's a cool little dude. Also, just for some more size comparison, here is a Ultra Vinyl. So you can see a little bit like maybe mid-abdomen, a little bit above the waist as far as a height comparison goes. So he's definitely a small little dude, but I mean, the bigger they make him, the bigger they'd have to make the larger ship, and I'm assuming that's going to transform as well. We haven't seen it on the show yet, but it has like a giant dog head or something on the top, so I'm assuming they're going to do something with that. But in any case, he's a cool little dude. Not too much to him. And transformation, back and forth is pretty simple. But I mean, sometimes that can be fun, because then you don't have a super lengthy transformation. You can go back and forth pretty quickly, which is always a good time. So I think he's fun. I definitely think he's an improvement over the Tiga ships, because he actually has like a mecha mode. And they just kind of had like hyper modes where like the cannon opened up or the wings flipped up, and I didn't really know what the purpose of that was. So definitely enjoying the mecha mode more so than just kind of random, what do you even call it? I guess we'll just stick with hyper mode. I don't know what else to call them. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the little mecha mode. I think that's pretty fun. But he's definitely small, so if you're going to pick this one up, be prepared for how tiny he is. So at the end of the day, is this guy a must-have? Probably not. I think there's definitely fun to be had with him, but you can transform him back kind of quickly and you kind of lose interest after a while. I think it's really going to depend on what comes later in the line, because with those connection ports, I think there's going to be something for him to connect to later. Even if it's just storing underneath the larger ship, I think that's neat. It's a little bit more interconnectivity with the rest of the line, and I'm really interested to see what this port is going to be used for. Maybe there'll be another ship later on that he can connect to or something. I'm assuming in the jet mode, not so much in the robot mode, but only time will tell. So, like I said, is he a must-have? It's really going to be up to you how much you want to get into Trigger. I think at the end of the day, the roleplay items are really fun, and those are probably more must-have than these. If you collect the vinyls, I think it's worth checking out. because, you know, it kind of scales decently with the vinyls. It's meant to scale decently with the vinyls. But maybe wait for a sale. I can't remember exactly what I paid for this, but after opening him up and how small he is, I feel like it might have been a little bit more than I should have. So maybe if he goes on sale, you know, pick him up a little bit later on, 10, 15 bucks, something like that, if that's possible. I think it's definitely worth that. I mean, he's a cool little dude. He just doesn't do a whole lot, but I definitely like him. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.